Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, I guess pretty much since after the last thoughts video that I did on My Little Pony, A New Generation, I think it is a really good way to help bridge the gap just in time for, of course, this one in particular, and yeah, I think I'm super excited to actually do this one right about now, and of course it's finally here after quite a couple of weeks now, and well, I'm officially ready to, of course, talk about it right about now. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that. So. And thankfully, I did come fully prepared right about now because I guess you could probably tell by my t-shirt that I'm wearing. Yeah, I think the title right here actually speaks for itself. So yeah, but for those who don't, I think I might as well get this out right about now. So yeah, ever since a couple of weeks ago when I talked about Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings earlier this month, I've actually set my eyes on, of course, another movie that I'm really excited to see for, of course, this month, right? But now, given to my busy schedule for sure, and yeah, it's finally here right about now, and of course, unlike Shang-Chi, where of course it's based on a really well-known Marvel character, this movie that I'm going to be talking about in particular is, of course, based on a really popular Broadway musical in recent years. So yeah, I guess if anything, unlike film and TV and stuff, which I absolutely love for sure, I guess chances are I do have a massive, strong love for Broadway as well. I think that is, I think I find it to be absolutely incredible, and hey, with the great amount of Broadway shows that I've actually seen, it's actually well worth it, and I guess chances are, I think later this year, I'm actually gonna be setting my eyes to return to, of course, the realms of Broadway, with, of course, some Broadway shows that are gonna be coming up to Syracuse starting next month. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I really can't wait to see how it turns out. But hey, I guess enough about me rambling on, just as a good way to, of course, make up for me rambling on at the start of my last thoughts video. Sorry about that, by the way. So yeah, I think I might as well dive right into today's movie I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, I guess the only question remains, what movie adapted from a Broadway musical am I going to be talking about? There's like hundreds of them out there, and yeah, and that is true, and I did already talk about some of them in these thoughts videos in the past for sure. But hey, I guess for the case of this one, it's actually no exception for him by now. So yeah, I guess if you couldn't tell by, of course, the t-shirt I gave as a little hint, or of course a little teaser right about now, I guess for today's thoughts video, we're going to be talking about the latest movie that had just recently came out, which is, of course, adapted from the one of the most recent Broadway musicals, simply known as, well, Dear Evan Hansen. So yeah, I guess I didn't need to say hello. I think I know the t-shirt actually speaks for itself right but now, and trust me, I came fully prepared to actually see this movie for sure. But hey, whatever the case, Dear Evan Hansen is, of course, it did recently came out for sure, and of course I did manage to go see it, and I think I might as well talk about it right by now. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Okay, so of course, now that I've actually got the hack out of the way, I guess right around before I can actually talk about this movie, well, which is actually quite saying a whole lot for these thoughts videos right but now, I have to understand the original source material behind the movie, that being, of course, the original Broadway musical. So yeah, honestly, truth be told, despite the fact that I have actually heard really great things about it, I never actually saw the original musical for sure, but of course, based on my research and even listening to the soundtrack of the musical, I find it to be absolutely really great right about now. Pretty much the music and the songs are, of course, really fun to listen to, and actually have a really good beat. Pretty much a good majority of the actors casting in that musical did give us some really great performances, and of course, given for, of course, the theme to, of course, the musical, it actually did tackle some really interesting subject matters that, of course, really pretty much sometimes make people feel uncomfortable, or of course plenty of other stuff related to being uncomfortable, or of course being absolutely sad or upset in general. That being, of course, not just loneliness, but also suicide and depression for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, the original musical, hands down, is actually really fascinating when you really think about it for sure, and given for what it's actually been trying to go for, I say it did its job incredibly fine. I mean, trust me when I say pretty much tackling the major issue of suicide and depression can be a very tough subject matter to tackle upon, but luckily the original musical actually did find a way to do that, and of course, it was actually a really big hit when it first opened. Not only currently running on Broadway for quite a few years now, but also won several Tony Awards, including Best Musical. So yeah, I guess if anything, the original musical, hands down, is actually really fascinating to look at, and plus, I know I am going to be a little bit personal on this one. When I actually look at the character Evan Hansen, pretty much in the original musical, honestly, I kind of felt like I was looking at myself, like if I was actually in the same situation as he was. But hey, not something related to, of course, the main storyline in the musical, but I mean his character traits, hands down, with him having pretty much major anxiety and stuff, and yeah, plenty of other stuff that I should mention, and yeah, I think you pretty much get the idea for sure. So yeah, I kind of felt like I was looking at myself if I was Evan Hansen for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that. So yeah, I guess if anything, since after getting to experience what the original musical is like, to which I will say this right now, once I do get the opportunity, I would love to see the actual musical itself in its entirety, because it is that great. But hey, for now, I guess if anything, I am quite curious to see on how a movie based on the musical would actually turned out. So yeah, I think it's pretty much why I think it's exactly what I was hoping for when I actually first heard news that Dear Evan Hansen was going to be turned into a movie, because yeah, I guess if anything, pretty much based on my knowledge, what attracts a fan of Broadway is going to be different from what attracts a fan of course, well, movies in general. It's kind of like making a movie out of a game. You can actually technically do it, but with, of course, the proper execution, and of course, with, of course, plenty of other stuff that would actually be great. I think you can actually make it itself look, pretty much make it as good as the original source material, but if you do some stuff the wrong way, then you're gonna be stuck with crap, hands down. So yeah, I am quite curious to see on how Dear Evan Hansen will actually turn out as a movie for sure. And of course, I think I will say this right now, I actually did get pretty excited to actually see this movie when they actually started filming it right around last year. Pretty much while COVID-19 is, of course, currently going on as we speak, leading up to the fall and even the winter of 2020 last year, and that's well before the vaccines actually started rolling out for sure. So yeah, and of course, judging by the trailer that I actually saw, I think I can immediately tell it can actually work. So yeah, I think with, of course, what I'm seeing, I think there is potential to, of course, this movie, hands down. So yeah, I can immediately tell from, of course, not only when they first started filming the movie, but also when the trailer dropped, I can immediately tell that this is definitely going to be good for sure. So yeah, I was actually quite curious to actually see how it turns out for sure, based on those two factors I actually mentioned. Yeah, that's all said and good, but then something terrible happened for, of course, this movie. And that being, of course, leading up to where we are right now. So yeah, I guess if you have looked up the movie on Google, let alone see some critical reception on, of course, this movie, you'll probably know hands down that this movie is, of course, opening up to pretty negative reviews from critics. And yeah, I can immediately tell just by looking at these reviews that, of course, popped up, especially looking over Rotten Tomatoes. I think it did immediately ask myself, what the hell happened? So yeah, I really don't know what was going on. I really don't know what was going on for sure for the movie to get such bad reviews from critics. But hey, regardless on that, I still want to give it a chance, hands down, and see on how it compares to, of course, the original musical for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I have in mind for sure. I just want to go in and see how it does for sure. And if it's good, then I think it will actually be done pretty well. And if it's bad, then, well, at least it tried its best for sure. So yeah, now that I have officially seen this movie right about now, I guess the only question remains, what do I think of it overall? Did it live up to my expectations, and did it actually turn out something good? Well, it did live up to my expectations, yes, but I guess for what it is, well, on a movie on its own, it's rather harmless for sure, but for, of course, a movie based on, of course, a really well-known musical, that's kind of hard to say right about now. Pretty much, if anything, I would probably put it on the subject of, well, run-of-the-mill bad. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I felt about this movie for sure. I mean, it is such a shame, and I do feel bad for, of course, saying it right but now, because I was kind of hoping that this will actually be good, hands down, and I really want to like this movie. But I guess given to pretty much the massive amount of clumsy changes and choices they made, yeah, I guess if anything, it really didn't get me hooked up for sure, but it did at least try for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that. Yeah, I felt guilty for saying that, but hey, it's what I can say right about now. Alright. Alright, so of course, now that I've actually got that out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about, But yeah, and of course I've, just for this thoughts video, I'll just mainly mix sure on, of course, pretty much the good stuff with the bad stuff all together to help save time, though more emphasis on the bad, but of course there are some good moments in it that I really do admire for sure. So yeah, I guess I might as well go ahead and start off with, of course, one thing that I always start off with, that being, of course, the story for, of course, this movie. Now, I will have to admit for sure, for the story for this movie, I will have to say pretty much the first half of the storyline for, of course, this movie, or should I say one half of this movie, I will have to say it is actually done pretty well. Just pretty much having pretty much mixing in bits and pieces of the original musical for sure. That actually does flow out pretty well. So yeah, I guess if anything, one half of the storyline, I will have to say, is done pretty well, and it did stuck to, of course, on what the original musical was actually trying to do. But the other half right about now, yeah, pretty much a good majority of that just dwindles away, and I don't even know what it's actually trying to do for sure. Yeah, and yeah, I think it's actually quite saying a whole lot. It's pretty much a mixture of course, a pretty much both halves are of course stuck in this seesaw right but now, where of course the good stuff is of course always on top, but the bad stuff right but now just slams the good stuff all the way down to the ground like in a millisecond after seeing them for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, for the story for this movie, for while I do admire a good number of bits and pieces that, of course, stuck to what the original musical has done, but at the same time, I guess it just kind of dwindles away all of the hag, and just kind of feels a bit clumsy, and of course a bit messy sometimes, and a bit out of place for sure. So yeah, and of course, not only that, the film's writing, I have to say, for while I do give props that, of course, the original book writer of the original musical has, of course, came on board to, of course, write the screenplay for this movie. Yeah, maybe I think it could have gone through a major rewrite right about now, because yeah, I think, if anything, I think the, pretty much the whole writing process for this movie just, again, kind of feels out of place right about now, and it definitely doesn't scream anything related to the original musical, hands down. But again, we do get bits and pieces of it that have, of course, stuck through it, hands down, and some of which are done massively well for sure. But I just kind of felt that that, of course, the rest of the film's writing, I have to say, just really didn't stuck with me hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for the story and the writing for this movie. Again, pretty much a good number of parts in this movie they did get right, hands down, and did feel like the original musical, but the rest of it just really kind of feels extremely clumsy and kind of unnecessary for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, I guess I might as well go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to mention. That being, of course, the next thing that I should mention, the characters. So yeah, I think I will have to say for the characters in this movie, I will have to say they're not bad by far. I think some of them are, of course, done pretty well, hands down, but probably the main problem I have with pretty much a good majority of all the characters, hands down, is that some of them I just kind of felt were, of course, were pretty much thrown in for the sake of it, and just not really that interesting for sure. So yeah, I think with, of course, every single one of them, I actually do admire what they're trying to do for sure, but I guess, if anything, they're just not really that engaging or that interesting in my opinion, and that's definitely saying a whole lot for sure. And I think pretty much a good example I can give is that pretty much with the entire Murphy family, hands down, because in the original musical they're actually established pretty well, and you can immediately tell from, of course, the first few minutes of the original musical, you actually do get a feel for them, and of course what their personalities are like, and what their character development is like. Yeah, and of course, when we actually do meet up with them, you actually do understand what they're actually going for, hands down, and what issues they're actually going through, hands down. So yeah, but for the case of this movie, the entire Murphy family are not bad characters, hands down, but I guess for the case of this movie, they're just not really that well developed, I have to say so. So, yeah, and that is probably the one problem I have. I just kind of found for while I don't hate the Murphy family in this movie, hands down, I just kind of felt they were really poorly developed. Like, quite literally in a millisecond, they just popped in and that's it. No time to actually establish their characters, no time to know what their personalities are like. Nothing, so yeah, and that's definitely saying a whole lot. So yeah, for while they're not bad characters, I have to say, I just kind of felt they're not really that interesting, to be honest, for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the characters. But hey, I guess if anything, going into a bit of the positive side of things, as much as I will have to say the characters are not really that interesting for sure, I will have to say the acting in this movie, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, is actually pretty good for sure. So yeah, I think each and every single one of them I've actually seen on screen, they actually did give out some pretty good performances. Like, of course, pretty much a couple of good examples that I can give is that I really do admire Amy Adams as, of course, Connor Murphy, Connor and, yeah, what is it, yeah, Connor and, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm blanking out on names, hands down, yeah, oh yeah, Zoe, so yeah, I really do admire, pretty much Amy Adams as, of course, Connor and Zoe's mother for sure. She actually did give out a pretty good performance, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I also really do admire Julianne Moore as, of course, Evan Hansen's mother for sure. Yeah, those two right about now, they actually did give out some pretty good performances on top of the good number of actors that they actually involved, and of course, I couldn't deny for the fact that I should definitely bring this up, hands down. That being, of course, pretty much the title character himself, Evan Hansen, played once again by Ben Platt. So yeah, I do hear that there is a lot of criticism for sure regarding the casting of Ben Platt for sure, because if anything, he's close to his 30s right by now, and he's playing a high school student, but if you were to ask me when I actually saw Ben Platt being casted for this movie, hands down, pretty much once again playing Evan Hansen, honestly, I really don't care, of course, on how old he has to be to actually play the character. I just wanted to see if he can actually put out the same amount of charm and charisma as he actually played the character in the original stage musical. And truth be told, that's exactly what we got, hands down. So yeah, I guess even though bits and pieces of criticism I can give, and yeah, I guess I couldn't deny for the fact that, yeah, he definitely does look way too old to play a high school student. I still think he actually did a fine job, and of course, playing Evan Hansen like he did in the original musical, hands down. So yeah, I think I definitely know he actually does stuck with the character a whole lot, and he actually does showcase that pretty well with this movie, hands down. So yeah, I would definitely give Ben Platt props for, of course, doing that, hands down. But yeah, truth be told, I guess maybe to avoid any of the criticism regarding all of that, yeah, maybe I think maybe I guess another half of me wish that maybe anybody else could actually play Evan Hansen for this movie. Hell, I could even play Evan Hansen for sure. Actually, yeah, I think that would have been a whole lot more interesting if I actually played Evan Hansen in the movie for sure. That's something to actually really think about, especially for the fact that since some time ago I already did a live cover of Waving Through a Window not too long ago, so there's that. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that. The characters I just don't think are that interesting, but the actors did pull off some pretty good performances to do its best to combat all that. So So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, I guess if I could be completely honest, well, staying to, of course, the positive side on, of course, this movie is that, given for the fact that this is a musical, you would expect to, of course, hear some really incredible musical numbers in, of course, this movie. Well, believe it or not, you bet your ass you're definitely going to be getting some really great musical numbers in this movie, because each and every single one of them I've actually heard on this movie, they're all really well done. So yeah, I just really do admire on how well they've actually put out the good number of songs in, of course, this movie. Sure, I am a bit bummed out that, of course, a good number of them were cut out for this film, and yeah. And it does suck that, of course, cutting those out pretty much takes away on, of course, everything else for, of course, this movie. But I do think pretty much the musical numbers in, of course, this movie are brilliantly well done. Like, I really love on how well, yeah, honestly, I can't speak today, y'all. What's wrong with me? So I think I really love on how well composed some of the songs are in this movie. Like, of course, the good example being Waving Through a Window, as well as For Forever and You Will Be Found. They are brilliantly composed, hands down, and they actually really do flowing on a really good melody for sure. Yeah, and even a couple like, say, Only Us and If I Could Tell Her actually does have a really nice, steady flow for, of course, what it's actually doing for sure. And of course, let's not forget to mention, pretty much Sincerely Me actually has a really good beat that I could actually dance to, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I guess if anything, to me, I think Sincerely Me is, I guess, in my opinion, is probably a really cool, yeah, it's not only a really well-done song in this movie, but it also leads to, yeah, honestly, a really nice scene in the movie that is brilliantly well done. So yeah, not giving away any spoilers on, of course, what happens, but hey, if you listen to the movie's version of Sincerely Me, hands down, I think you actually would get a feel on, of course, what I'm actually in for. And plus, even a few bits in the scene in the movie, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually did get a good laugh on that. So yeah, I definitely did award that movie a point for doing that. That's how good that scene is. But hey, I guess if anything, all the musical numbers in, of course, this movie, which is quite saying a whole lot, they're all brilliantly well done, and I really love on how well composed they actually turned out for sure. So yeah, that's actually another good thing that I actually can say on that. But for the rest, however, not so much. So yeah, I guess right about now, I think pretty much the rest I have to say right about now is that the tone I have to say, for a while I think yeah, for a while I know the original musical actually had a really nice tone for, of course, what it has to do. But for the case of this movie, it just kind of feels out of place right about now, and doesn't really feel right for sure. And yeah, maybe I think that could have been fixed up for sure. And of course, pretty much the direction of this film, that's pretty much done by the this director right but now has, of course, done some other great dramas in the past, such as Wonder and The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Just kind of doesn't feel out of place right but now, which I guess if anything, one of the major questions I had when this movie got bad reviews is that, did the director of this movie lose his touch? Yeah, that's actually a really good question for sure, and that seriously I really want to know for sure. But okay, going back on subject right about how and of course, for the, pretty much the cinematography in, of course, this movie, for a while there are some parts of it that are shot pretty well, the rest just kind of fell, again, a bit out of place, and And not to mention the film's editing, I have to say, is so rapid that I couldn't keep up on, of course, what's actually going on. Like, I was actually looking at all these fast cuts and stuff throughout most of the movie, and I was like, dude, slow down for a minute. I really can't know what's actually going on. So, yeah, please slow down right about now. Yeah, you're pretty much, you're in a musical drama. Yeah, you're actually in a musical drama based on a Broadway musical, not a lighthearted kids flick with, of course, fast hanging and stuff that makes it all look cartoony. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much clear on that, and yeah, I guess, if anything, the most important thing that I can say on, of course, this one, again, for a while, it did get a good number of parts, right? The rest, I have to say, just kind of feels like it strayed away from the original musical, hands down, which is not exactly what I thought it was gonna go down. But I guess the only question remains, did it do what the original musical did and actually tackle the subject matter of suicide and depression? Well, honestly, yeah, I think it did the job pretty well. So yeah, like I said, suicide and depression is, of course, a really hard subject matter to, of course, tackle on. But thankfully, like the original musical, it did find a way to actually tackle that subject matter and actually make it. Yeah, and actually make it all the more interesting. So yeah, that's another thing I can give this movie credit. It could have been done a whole lot better, but I say it did the job fine. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much everything that I can say for sure. Just as a little something different for, of course, this video for this one time. So yeah, I guess in the end, Dear Evan Hansen, for a while there are a good number of parts I actually really enjoyed, I will have to say, pretty much the rest of the movie just really didn't click well for me, and really didn't get me into the grips of what I was actually in for. And it is such a shame, hands down, because I really wanted to like this movie, hands down, because, yeah, there are some parts of it that I actually really do like, but given to what it's actually trying to go for, I think it's pretty clear that of course it could have been done a whole lot better. So yeah, it sucks, but I can't actually say it's one of the worst movies I've actually seen in my entire life. But I would probably put it on the category as just, well, run-of-the-mill bad. So yeah, but I guess the only question remains if anything, will I actually see this movie again anytime soon? Well, truth be told, yeah, I pretty much do. So yeah, I would love to actually see this movie again for sure. So yeah, again, for a while I do think it is a bad movie, hands down. Like I said, there are some good stuff in it that I actually really do admire, and I really do get a kick out of it. It's kind of like on how I felt about the first Venom movie back in 2018. Sure, the movie itself is bad, yes, but I do fully acknowledge that there are some really fun moments and some really good stuff in it, and that led me to, of course, actually check it out again for sure. Thankfully, just in time for Venom Let There Be Carnage that'll be coming out pretty soon, and I'm really excited for that, But yeah, I guess I can definitely say the same thing for Dear Evan Hansen, hands down. It's bad, yes, but I wouldn't mind seeing it again any time soon. So yeah, I guess if anything, it is rather harmless for sure, and yeah, I guess it could have been done a whole lot better, but I say it did try its best. I mean, let's face it, we could have got a really clever movie musical that actually does tackle the subject matter of suicide and depression and actually do it rather flawlessly. But instead, what we got is a pretty clumsy drama, but what we deserve is so much more. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that, and yeah. It's not really one of the worst, but it's definitely run-of-the-mill bad. So yeah, for my final score right about now, I'm of course going to give this movie a 4.5 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, it's not the worst I've actually seen, but I do think it could have been done a whole lot better for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you are quite curious to see it for yourself, then definitely go see this movie for what it is. It is a harmless one that is worth a couple hours of your time. But if you're looking for something that actually is certainly as great as the original musical, then to me, I think this letter is in desperate need of a major rewrite. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess if anything, that pretty much takes care of that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and let me know in the comment section below if you have seen Dear Evan Hansen and what you thought about it, as well as, of course, leaving me constructive criticism and or advice on how I can improve my videos in the near future. And of course, as always, feel free to send me an email if you want to ask me any questions, or if you just want to book me for a con or event that'll be coming up sometime in the near future. Follow me on my social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and plenty of other social media sites that I have provided if you want to keep up to date with me. All the links to them are down in the description box below. And of course, support me on Patreon if you want to see sneak peeks to videos that I got coming up, as well as some other awesome rewards that will help fit into your budget. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, then give it a massive thumbs up, as it really does help this channel out. And speaking of on my channel, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and select all notifications if you want to see more videos like this coming up in the near future. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and hopefully, of course, the next thoughts video I do, I certainly hope we might pretty much return to something good for once. But hey, you may never know for sure. But hey, it's pretty much what I can say on that. But hey, I guess for the case of this movie, I say it definitely did try its best right by now. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.